This is Gina Moore with More Than Sports. I am here with class of 2023 running back Marquise Collins from College Station High School in College Station, Texas. So Marquise, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, all the way from Texas. How's the weather there in Texas today?
It was pretty cool. It got a little hot today. It's not.
Did
It's
it?
actually the weather been pretty good in Texas lately. I don't know what's
Okay.
up, but it's been good.
Well, I know when I was there here a couple weeks ago in Dallas, which I know we talked earlier, and it's like 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours away from you. Like it snowed. Like that
Oh
was
yeah,
crazy.
that was one, and that was like in Dallas. It snows, some occasionally. Like it actually snows in Dallas, but a lot of parts of Texas we don't see that. So
Okay.
it's an
So it
exciting
doesn't
thing.
snow where you're at.
Yeah. I mean, it did though that day.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, I'm in Oregon, so we get a little, I'm in Eugene. We get a little bit of snow, but it's not super common.
Hmm.
So it's, I'm not a big fan. So, all right. So let's get into the questions. You grew up in Texas. Texas is pretty much known for its football. So how much has football been a part of your life growing up?
I've been doing it since around like 5. So like I really invested like my whole life into football, so it's always just been something I've done.
Mm-hmm.
Even before I could even play, like I was too young to play, but like in my heart I wasn't, and I wanted to start as early as I could. And my cousins got me off like on a head start because whenever we did play the backyard football, they never like spared me or nothing. So I was ready.
You were ready. So you had a lot of experience before you actually got to play.
Yes, ma'am.
Now you are a running back. Why did you choose that? Why running back?
Well, first off, when I first started playing football, I played corner, and
Mm-hmm.
then like my coach just put me. I'm gonna put you. He told me I'm gonna put you here at Little League, and then ever since I was there, I just kind of rolled with it, and I was pretty good in Little League too. So it was just
Mm-hmm.
from there I just stayed at it.
So you like that. And so you guys did have a season there in Texas
Yes,
already,
ma'am.
correct, this year?
Yes.
How did that go for you?
Uh, it went actually pretty good for me. I got some good stats. I was behind the senior. He's going to Navarro to play football, but my season was pretty good.
That's good. And so you were on varsity?
Yes, ma'am.
That's pretty impressive as a sophomore. So that's great. What were your stats? Do you know
I
off
rushed
the top of
for
your head?
1,051, 1,493 all-purpose. I had 120 carries, 8.8 yards per carry, and I rushed for 88 to 90 a game, and
Wow.
22
All
total
right.
touchdowns.
That's pretty impressive. You know that off the top of your head. That's good. Um, so what impact do you want to have? Obviously, you're making an impact on the field, but what impact kind of going forward? Next year you're going to be an upperclassman. You'll be a junior. You'll have that much more experience. So, what impact do you want to have on and off the field?
Um, I just want to be a leader. Just show people that like where it don't matter where you come from, who you are, you can always be a leader. And I just want
Mhm.
to be able to lead by example and show people to pick someone up rather than knock them down, and just be that guy that always worked.
That's good. Well, and let's talk about this because off the field, school is pretty important to you. You have a 3.0, but where does that drive come from to really be the best on and off the field that you can be?
Really, I just want to be successful in this and to this. To be successful in football, you got to have a brain. And if I don't have a brain, I won't go far as I want to go because I want to make it past college. And if I can't get to college, how am I supposed to make it to the next level after college? Not, like that's really
Mhm.
it. So
You can't,
I just
yeah,
work in the classroom.
you can't really rely on your talent on the field because that will only take you so far,
Yes, ma'am.
right? You have to have the grades to back it up so that you can go to college. I know a lot of kids who have amazing talent that could have made it to the NFL easy, but they didn't apply themselves in high school, and so their grades were trash and they couldn't get into college. And that's hard to see. So for someone like you to already have that mentality and already know that you have to be good in the classroom, pretty much more so than on the field, or else you won't be on the field. That's pretty good. So I'm going to read this right now. Your high school coach at College Station sent this to me, and it really shows your character. And that's why I wanted to share it, because this was amazing to me. First of all, that a teacher would send this to your coach. And secondly, that you had this kind of impact on this teacher. And that to me is amazing. So it says, Coach, I wanted to brag on Marquise. He is new to my class this semester, and I have been absolutely blown away by his attitude in class. He is the leader in our class. He is the first to volunteer to read. He is the first to volunteer answers, and he goes above and beyond by offering insightful ideas about the text that we read. I see other kids learning from him. Additionally, he asks for help when he needs it and then graciously accepts and applies that help. He is as tuned in to our daily lessons as he could possibly be, and he does it all with a smile and a positive attitude. This kid is killing it in the class, and I wanted to pass that along to you so that you could be as proud of him as I am. Wow. Like, when your coach shared that with you, what did you think?
I was a little shocked because of course, that's what I'm supposed to do. So I wasn't like surprised, like of myself personally. I'm just doing what I'm, taught to do. But actually, we were just getting done working out, and the whole team, we were in the weight room, and then he kind of just read it, and it just kind of shocked me, and I was like, dang, yeah. I was surprised that she did it too.
It definitely shows the impact that you make and how much others are watching you. And like you said, you're doing what you should be doing. So it's not a surprise, but to have a teacher, especially because it's a female, you just said, so a female teacher, and I'm not saying anything that's wrong with that, but it's like a male teacher that's into sports and stuff like that, they get it. Females, they get it, but man, that's pretty dang impressive. So, I think that's great that you are learning that early on. You are going to be such a force on and off the field that other kids in your school are going to be able to look to. And really that letter from your teacher just shows that. So, man, you're going to go places for sure.
Appreciate that.
So what is your ultimate dream? If you could do anything, what would it be?
Play football for as long as I can in the NFL. Like that's always been my dream since a kid, since Little League. I'm sorry, excuse me. I've always wanted to play in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a favorite team?
My family like the Cowboys. I like them too, but yeah, my team's not that good right now, but we will be.
Do you have a favorite player that you kind of have watched growing up that you kind of emulate your game after?
When I first started watching football videos, I started watching Reggie Bush first, and that's why I like Marion Barber. I watched those two growing up, but now my favorite running back would probably be maybe Alvin Kamara.
Okay, and why Kamara?
Because our game is almost like, I like his energy, the person he is, and how he plays.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Now, I'm going to say if you happen to make it to the NFL, what I really want to say is when you make it to the NFL, what's one of the things that you want to do with your money?
Like help my mom for all the times that we, didn't have it, or my dad helped my dad out. But really, it's easy to lose all your money. So I want to
Mhm.
save it the right way or invest into something to make me make more money. So I won't. If I say I get hurt or something, I have this, so I'll be, set.
Mhm. That's good because it is easy. I mean, they say like, especially, I think they said, what, if you win the lottery, most people are broke within the first year.
Mhm.
I think that's probably the same as professional athletes when they first go in. I mean, if they don't have somebody that they can help manage their money, uh, that's easy. When you come from nothing, or even if you do, you have all this money that's all of a sudden yours. So that's, I think understanding that now for when you do get into the NFL, that's huge because you'll be one of those ones that will be set and not have to worry about it.
Yes, ma'am.
So who has been one of your biggest supporters in your life?
My dad, my family, the rest of my family's behind him, but he kind of just anywhere I go, like football, he hasn't missed a beat. So I would say my dad, and the rest of my family behind him, my mother, my cousins, grandpa, you know, everyone else.
Did your dad play football?
He was a basketball player. I think he played football 1 year in middle school, but that was it. But it grew
He
on him
played.
though, because I played it so long.
Did you play any other sports, or do you play any other sports besides football?
I do powerlifting. I do track too. I played basketball a little bit ninth grade year, but that's when I really just drew the line. But
Hmm.
through middle school, I played basketball also in little league too.
So tell me about powerlifting. Do you compete in that, or do you just do it for fun?
I I have do it for fun, but it's always competition and whatever I'm in. So
Yeah.
of course I want to win. So I try my best.
So you might be a little bit competitive.
Yes, ma'am.
So, what has been your biggest accomplishment so far?
I would say, well, this is probably one of the best seasons I've had with me, like being humble, knowing I have to wait my turn. That's probably
Mhm.
like growing up to me would be my best accomplishment. But sports wise, freshman year, I got invited to All American game and I played in that. So right now, that's really what it is.
Mhm. Now, what's been one of the things that you've had to overcome in your life?
Um, Learning that it was like growing up, it was just it's literally so you don't get the ball here, you take it, you take it. But growing up, that it's not all about me. I had to learn it wasn't all about me. It's about my
Mhm.
team. And then whenever I am called, just be ready. So,
What about off the field? Have you had to overcome something that's been hard to overcome?
um, keeping my head in the books. I never been the one to fail, but like it's also been a lot of distractions. Like,
Hmm.
and when I lived in Killeen, there was a lot of distractions, a lot of trouble, but I managed to stay on the right path. I had to if I wanted to be successful in life, and that would be
Right.
something I did.
That's good. And I think, we all have things to overcome, in our life. And just learning how to overcome those. And like you said, knowing that you had to stay in the books if you wanted to be successful on the field. Um, I think it's all in your mind. You have the power to overcome whatever you are going through. So, kind of having that mentality is good. Um, Now you play 7-on-7. How do you think that has improved your game? You play for Team Fury, which is making some really good comments on here. So,
Hmm.
how do you think that has really improved your overall game?
Because well, like being an all-purpose back, colleges are seeming like running backs that can not only run but catch the ball, run routes, and do more. It just helped my athleticism, my hands, and my route running abilities. So I feel like that's gonna boost my recruiting by a lot too.
And going to all these tournaments. Sorry, I'm just laughing at your. Going to all these tournaments, how do you think that has helped you as far as playing against these kids that are, you know, have multiple offers, 5-star, 4-star. How has that helped you really going against the best of the best?
Um, the competition is better, so it shows me like if I can beat this guy, then I know I can beat that guy. So like it just it's a better environment than just going to stump on everybody when you can
Mhm.
actually play against somebody and get. I know if I beat that guy, I can take what he has potentially. So
Mhm.
it's good. It's good competition.
Do you play any other position besides running back?
I used to, but not anymore.
Okay. So you're just focused on running back and perfecting that craft.
Yes, man.
So what do you think makes a good teammate?
One that can be a leader and not so self-centered and can pick somebody up and correct the person when they're wrong.
Mhm. Well, and I think that's you hit it right on. Not being self-centered. Um, you know, it's a teammate. You're a team, so it's not all about one person on that team. So that's definitely the right attitude. Obviously you're a leader in the classroom. I have no doubts that you're a leader on the field. I think that's just instilled in you. I think you are that kid that's just a natural born leader. So that will definitely take you far. Now, this isn't one of my questions, but I'm going to ask it. What do you think makes a good coach?
One that just like understands their players. You know, 'cause sometimes you don't always have to just scream at a guy. Sometimes you can tell the guy, "I need you to do this," and it'll be better than just And a coach that can not only coach but bond with their players more than just like do this, do that. A coach, because a lot of players. I mean, I always respect my coach, but a lot of players they don't respect that. Like you barely
Mhm.
know me, you don't know me, so why would you? Yeah, so like a coach that can, I could be a coach that you can know
Right. A coach that
and
can relate to what you're
yeah,
going through.
relate and can be like there for you on and off the field.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that's hugely important because a coach isn't just a coach. Their job isn't done when you leave the field. That's just a small portion. And I feel, the best coaches are ones that care about their players, want to see them succeed on and off the field. It's not all about football because one thing that I like to focus on is football isn't who you are. It's one thing that makes up a very small part of you, but that's not you. And so I think that's why this letter from your teacher is so important to me because it shows that you are so much more than that. You're not just a football kid out there playing and then, in the classroom you're messing around or you're, whatever. It's um, you take it very serious. And I think that that's huge. That's a coach is somebody that molds you and makes you into a better man as well, or a better person, depending on the sport. Um, so last question. What do you want college coaches to know about you? And
That
okay, hold on. I want to know your game, but I want also to know who you are as a person. Because like I just said, it's so much more than football. Who are you? Who is Marquise? Who do you want college coaches to know who you are?
I want them to know that I'm a in all
Uh-oh.
aspects I'm a leader and
Mm-hmm.
somebody that you want in your program. When I come there, I'm gonna work. I know nothing is given to me, so I work in my best to get to the best spot I can be. And you can always hold me accountable. And I own up to a lot of stuff. Like if I make a mistake, I can own up to my mistakes and fix it. And off the field,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'm just me. I really can't explain. You know, I'm dry. I mean, I really couldn't explain to be honest. But
Well, and I think that letter pretty much summed up. That letter is something that I hate going back to that, but I think that sums up who you are. You're a leader and you're somebody that sets the bar and expect others to follow. And um, you know, it says in here that you have a smile on your face and you have a positive attitude. And like you said, you own up to your mistakes. If you made a mistake, that's on you. And so many kids, I think nowadays, try to blame it on other people.
Mhm.
It's never their fault. And you're not going to learn that way. So knowing that, okay, it's, I love that saying, it's you either win or you learn. That's one of my favorite sayings because you can learn so much from your mistakes. So kids that take that seriously and do learn from it instead of blaming on others, I think will have a much better future than those that just blame others and nothing's ever their fault, So I think that's great. Do you have any final words of advice for kids that are just starting out playing football? Maybe they're, where you are right now. Do you have any advice for them?
Just work hard. You don't have to. Everybody don't have to see what your next move is. You can work in silence. It'll show on the field. Just work and be able to keep a cool head and be a leader.
Very good advice. Marquise, I am very excited to see where you go from here because you still have 2 more years of high school. And I have no doubt in my mind that you will be getting those offers. You are a phenomenal young man. And, I think what you say and what you don't say speak volumes. So, like you said, work in silence and it'll all work itself out. So, I am very honored to have met you and interviewed you. So, thank you so much again for being on the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
Absolutely. So, this is Jean Moore with More Than Sports. Thanks for watching.